I'm still trying to wake up from last night.
I was gonna say.
Did you guys have one last night?
Yeah, we had one last night only.
Nice.
You're already in San Antonio though, right?
Yeah. We're here. We got here yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, hold on. 15 seconds in. People are piling in. We're live right now, y'all. 18 minutes up. All right, guys. Welcome to the Zoom dudes. Anthony A, DJ Authentic, Dana Cortez Show, and our homie, our friend, the day one, the Tamale Kingpin, Chingo Bling. We are talking with homie today about his show in San Antonio, Texas, at the LOL. And tickets details on that will be popping up down here shortly. But for more information, you can head over to lolsanantonio.com. And we're trying something new. So we're going across all DCS platforms and Energy Facebook and YouTube pages as well, too. So please, your comments are invited. Chingo Bling. Oh, yeah, Lonnie White. Chingo Bling. Give a round of applause to Lonnie White. The first comment in on YouTube. We got people rocking in. Here we go. Priscilla Morales rocking with us too. What up, everybody? So, Chingo, man, did you guys have a show last night in San Antonio already?
Last night, the pre-party was at Ray's Drive-In on the west side.
Oh, how did that go?
Let me just tell you, man, Puffy Taco wasn't the only thing on the menu is what I'm trying to tell you, dog. Let's just put it like this. The west side was definitely rolling thick.
Oh,
who is this fool right now? This dude is too poodle.
Something was in the water last night.
Hey, when I'm in the tone, you don't know if I'm a professional golfer or what. You don't know if I'm from Hawaii.
Oh my God! Oh man, it looks like your father's part of the cartel on that one, brother.
Yeah. Hey, Chingo. Tell us about the new music you got. I saw you got a new song with Paul Wall, and I'm not gonna lie, that beat is ridiculous.
Oh man! Shout out to the homie DJ All Day Ray. He did the beat. He's actually like the A&R for my label. He's project manager, the whole thing. And shout out to All Day Ray. So we hit up Paul. Was like, hey man, you know this joint is kind of crazy. Want to get you on it? And we even got with Rec Shop Records, make sure that everything was good with the publishing, with Fat Pat's acapellas and all that. But yeah, people really digging it, man. So you know, I suspected I was gonna be a little rusty, but one thing this lockdown taught me is you have to keep multiple pots. You know, when everything started hitting the fan, I was hanging out with you guys in Phoenix.
Yes.
And that was the last show I did at the Phoenix Stand Up Live. That was the last show I did before the lockdown. So we in this together, brother.
We've
been in it together.
Oh man, we're making those little hand sanitizer comments, and now looking back at it, it's just ended up being a very real thing. Man, on the music side of things too. You said you kind of felt a little rusty. What's harder, coming back to the stand-up stage or coming back to a song with an artist the stature of Paul Wall? Like, you know, that's not an easy way to start up. Like, what was more challenging, coming back to the comedy game or the music side of it?
I think right now they're both equally challenging because, you know, people, it's kind of like, how do you promote to people that are just got other stuff on their mind, right? So I think that was like the main challenge. And not to mention, it's easier to make the songs than to promote the songs. Getting in the studio, that's the easy part. We can go in there, we can make a song right now. But how do you campaign it? How do you get the TikTok kids? You know, I don't know how to do all this. See, I'm knocking stuff over, man. You know, I'm old, dog. I got to start brushing these eyebrows. You know.
Because Jason XX420 rocking with us on YouTube does not believe that we're live. So Chingo, can you give a shout out to our man Jason XXX420?
Listen here, Jason, and he's talking about catfishing, bro. Look, it don't. I could make a whole song with your name in it, with all the topics you throwing out there. But you know how DCS rolls, man. Everything is official, like a referee with 3 whistles. And so I'm actually charging my phone as I tap in. So really, this is the future, brother. This is 2020, Jason.
Talk about it, dog. Talk about
Chingo,
it, Chingo.
I got a question for you. So now when I come see you do your comedy, are you going to give me a couple songs? Am I going to get the new song? Am I going to get the Grills remix? Am I going to get all the Chingo Bling classics?
Oh yeah, I got a question.
Well, you know what? You know what? I find a way to bring that music life and that everything about, just trust me, there's a whole piece in there. I can't wait for y'all to see some of this new material, man. But I definitely go in on the music side. I talk about me being in the studio with these youngsters. I talk about me and my wife went to go see Drake. I thought he was gonna bring me up on stage. You know, a lot of cool stories. You know, green room mix-ups. And you eating somebody's snacks, and they're like, "Oh, Chingo, could we holler at you, dog?" So I talk about a lot of stuff.
Oh man, that's funny. I got a question for both of you guys. How about this?
All right.
You guys are both, young millennial fathers. And grills. You brought up grills automatic. Grills in Texas are very big. It's a cultural thing. So as girl dads,
he knows. Why you telling him that?
First, Chingo, would you guys allow your daughters to get grills? You, Chingo, first, and anybody in the comments, feel free.
Okay.
I never get the bottom.
Okay, look. I think we need to add some context. So I say, under the proper situations, with daddy supervising, daddy with his Second Amendment, daddy in the premises on the perimeter. You don't know if daddy flying a drone with a camera on it, trying to see what's going on. Now that you got a grill, so nothing is off the table when it comes to parenting, drones and all. So, I mean, I think as a fashion statement, I want to encourage my daughter to express herself with fashion and style and dance and anything that's a healthy, positive way of expressing yourself. I think it could be done in a cool, classy way. I don't think it has to be ratchet necessarily.
All right,
Yeah.
and automatic.
I'm gonna go with everything that he said. Obviously, both our daughters are gonna be dating within the next few years, and I'm just gonna say this. I got shotguns and handguns. The other thing is that I would, like he said, I would let her have a grill on the bottom, like a classy look. I don't know if I want her front with big old diamond chips in the front of her mouth and whatnot. She might get robbed.
So let me clarify. You got different grills got different vibes. So for example, if you just went with the Florida all gold, Kodak black, you know what I'm saying? If she talking about cash me outside, no.
Oh my God. I just shout out to the original hood grills with silver caps.
Yeah, those. Yeah, those are definitely they still out there too.
Lonnie White in the comments asking, why would she need a grill for? Because it's Texas, dog. I don't know. That's in my time. Another fun question I had for you, bros, on this nice little bro down. This is gonna be the last time Dana lets us do this. You guys are, both along with girl dads, young fathers who partake in some medicinal from time to time.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I mean,
allegedly, in places where it's okay.
My ability to partake in herbal, relaxation varies based on county and local laws. So
okay.
that right there lets you know where I'm able to do and where I'm not. That's what I go by.
Okay. So what I was gonna go, I have a homie who his lady is constantly nagging him about it.
Ooh.
And it's getting to the point where he's like, I don't want to have to break up over her about this, but I need that and I need this. What advice would you give him to how to position and maintain his happiness? Automatic, you had your hand raised. I know this is a problem you deal with daily. Not shaking it.
Well, no, I don't deal with it daily, but I have dealt with it before and in past relationships. And I will say this: it got her dumped. There's no reason for her to try to interfere with my happiness, my peace of mind, my cleansing my soul. So let me have an hour or two a day to myself that lets me, keep right and be the best possible father I can possibly be.
Okay.
Yo,
kids don't do drugs.
I used to have somebody that used to nag me about that, and I just told her to listen to the experts. I look at the data. It's a lot of studies out there that say it's a lot of positive mental health. Stress is a slow killer. you know, it builds up cortisol hormones in your body, and cortisol, you know, your dopamine and your serotonin, and I forget the other one, oxytocin. That's what affects your happiness, man. Come on, y'all. Suicide and depression is at an all-time high. So I would look at her like, come on now. You don't want to listen to the experts. You don't want to listen to science. And I'd have told her to get the hell on the road.
Man, dude, man, Kevin is
I'd have busted out some algorithms like, hey, pues vieja, mira.
Look at Priscilla, Chingo. Many people in the comments are agreeing with you. Priscilla said, well said. We had Sandra Castillo who said Anthony A. and Chingo look like cousins. What?
Hey, man, y'all generalizing. From the Southwest.
Okay.
Oh, we got Dana Cortez in the comments.
Hey, Dana Cortez in the comments.
She put some trees.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. I brought up another question I had too, man. Because I know both of you guys work with your wives, right? On a daily. Chingo, my question to you is, with all that being said, would you ever have a joint social media account with your lady?
All right, check this out. There's two different kinds of joint social media accounts.
Okay.
You got the insecure kind, right? Where somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's going on. Why is he not allowed? You know, who's making who sign up together? You sit at the kids' table with that type of attitude. Now over here, you got Chip and Joanna Gaines. That is a joint empire account. Baby, if you bringing in Joanna Gaines type of paper, we could have, I don't even need social media. We could delete take it away.
Oh, that's nice, dog. Well said.
Everything. Delete my Pinterest, everything.
I will say I got a call this week that maybe question. Well, maybe it is time for us to have a joint account now.
Whoa! What do you mean, automatic? What do you mean you got a call? What?
Well, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, there's some new things that could be coming up for the Dana Cortez Show. So
that's funny, man. I agree with Chingo's original statement. Strikes with me too. I always feel like joint social media accounts come from an insecure place. But yeah, if my queen is bagging
money's right, I will be there.
Bruh, I'll delete everything. I'll delete Snapchats. I'll just throw my iPhone out the window, dog. Oh man, the homie Chingo Bling, LOL tonight, tomorrow, and no Sunday show. Sunday show, correct too?
I think they wanted to add one, but it might be too late to do that.
Okay. Tickets at lolsanantonio.com. Chingo, I know you're about to say something. What's that, brother?
Nah, man, I was just adding on to what you said. Like, you know, sometimes you willing to live off the grid, like, you know what I'm saying, like Amish.
Dude. Man, I just think like joint social media accounts indicate somebody cheated. Okay, so that's that. Now let's get back to I want to get back to a music question. This is something I've been dying.
Before we move forward, before we get off of this one, I got a problem with one of the comments. Jason 420 here says the only way that Automatic's ever going to get verified on social media is if him and Dana have a joint account. Jason, let me tell you something. We were good for it, but I don't know if we're cool anymore.
Damn.
That
one hurt. That one kind of hurt.
Ooh. But
Thanks,
I mean, hey, dog, you know, remove the ego, you may get that check.
Remove the ego. You're not verified either, mother.
Oh, I know I'm not, but I don't fixate. Chingo, are you verified?
On everything.
No, I don't know. Honestly, like, I used to be unverified. I couldn't wait to be verified because I'm like, okay, now it's on now. Now I got that check mark. But it's like, what's really the difference? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't go to my mailbox the day after my check mark and then open up and get a real check. Like, like they didn't just let me join Illuminati all of a sudden. You know, I'm still waiting on my application.
Downtown Hessa is saying she misses Dana. Dude, Dana will be back next week, okay? Now you got to appreciate this bro downtown Hessa. But we appreciate you for rocking with us all the time. Let's get real Texas hip-hop with this. Automatic, I'm gonna put you in the hot seat first. I was listening to this anthem. This is my favorite question to ask Texans who admire hip-hop. The great song, Still Tippin' features Slim Thug, Paul Wall, and Mike Jones. Of those three, of that Texas classic, in the comments, you guys can answer this question too. Who had in Still Tippin'?
The
DJ
best version? Still Tippin'? Oh, Slim Thug.
What?
That's my personal opinion.
Just like that? Not even.
No, not even. Yeah,
here's the thing. You know, Otto might be looking at it like, I'm gonna tell you how I experienced the song, how I recall it from my, it's like what is it, subjective, right? So it's subjective. Anthony might be looking at it from like a strictly bars, lyrics, who wrote the beat, whose flow, So that's two totally different ways to look at it.
And how are you looking at it then, Doc?
Well, I guess let me see. I'll answer it both ways. So, obviously, if you go based on some like little made up hip hop rules as to what you're not supposed to do, like you don't repeat your verse, you don't recycle bars. So Mike Jones did that, but he made it cool. He made it sound fly. That's his style. But technically, you could try and take away points from his art because of this little, hip hop rule that some people have. Now, at the time, I was probably like, I was cool with Paul. So it's kind of like, oh, that's my homeboy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I knew Mike was popping. I'm like, yo, Mike blowing up. He doing his thing. He works with Salih. That's my boy, the producer. And then, but with Slim just had like that mystique, where it was like we were all underground, but Slim was like really getting that money out them stores, and this and so on. It's like, man, how many cars? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro, tapes. So obviously at the time, Slim had that stature, that buzz, to where it was like, yo, this dude is like already platinum. It's just so many ways, man. I remember seeing Cuban kids in Miami reciting all the words to Paul's verse. You feel me?
I don't know if he can do it, Automatic. I don't know if he can do it.
I got it easy. But I mean, the time that I realized that I loved Slim Thug's verse in that song, I was walking down the street in Washington, D.C. I was leaving like the Washington Mall or something. And there's this dude who pulls up to me at the light, and he's got Still Tippin', just bumping. This is like 2 years ago. He's saying Slim Thug's verse word for word, and I just felt it. I felt like I was, and I gave him a little Texas, I gave him a little this, and rose from there on out. You scared a moment.
Chingo, I'm not gonna let you off this hook right now, bro. There's only 3 answers to the question. Which one?
I tried to help you.
Well, yeah, we can go with Paul's verse.
Okay.
Because he was almost like the pinch hitter or whatever, where it's kind of like, okay, Slim, okay, Mike's bubbling up. I'm gonna just come in and clean up and let me just try and get on base. But he wrecked it.
A lot of what you said, and it's cool that you brought up. A lot of people in the comments are saying Paul Wall, and somebody even said Millionaire on the original, but I don't think, is that it?
So let me just throw this in there for sure. The way all their ingredients and styles came together in this gumbo pot, that look, the way Otto said he felt the song in DC. I was telling the story of how I was in Florida, and I was like, oh shit,
hurt, dog.
And I started swinging, and my phone fell. No, I remember thinking, yo, this is like my mind's playing tricks on me all over again. Where it was like a piece of home. It was a piece of home, like breaking barriers. They were independent, they were local, they were regional, they were underground. It was indie. It was just autonomous, self-sustained. It was the Texas way. It was as independent as you could get, and it blew up out the water. And that it was just a proud moment. So,
honestly, being in Houston at that time, like during that time period, because I moved from Albuquerque to Houston during that time, where Houston was just like running it. It taught me so much about music, so much about the independent scene. It taught me so much about how to handle, like, the reason why Houston has been a hip hop mecca for the past 30 plus years is because people, I mean, not everybody's best friends, but they're willing to reach out. Like, he just did a song with Paul. Paul just, everybody's willing to scratch each other's backs, and that's what you don't see in a lot of scenes anymore, and that's why their local scenes don't pop off like they did in Houston. I mean, you see it in Chicago, it happened a little bit, but outside of that, you don't really see it anymore.
Yeah. You want me to scratch your back, Otto?
Say what?
You want me to scratch your back, Automatic? No.
You scratch my back every day, dude.
No, I was all of that above, man. I think I think it's not a long shot to call it like that's what almost kicked off on a national scale for me, being from Albuquerque, like a Houston renaissance for like a lot of millennial homies. Because of like to your point of that Mike Jones verse, like that's I guess like I understand what you're saying about the hip hop part and like how some people would say it's not that lyrical. And please, if you're in the comments watching this, please jump in. I'd love to hear everybody's opinion on this. But I just think it was so like game changing at the time when he repeated his verse. And
I was using an example, basically saying like, for example, that's the issue with when people try to make rapper top 10 lists or top 5 dead or alive rapper hip hop. It's almost like, what are you basing it on? Because some people are just like automatically Tupac just cause. Yeah. And it's like, and then some people are like, well, they'll be like, isn't Razkaz or Cannabis a better lyricist? You know what I mean? It's like, we're not talking about lyrics. We're talking about top 5. It's like, oh, my bad. I thought that was one of the categories. So my point is that all this stuff to me is subjective. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I tell a joke on stage, I already tell myself, not everybody's going to perceive it the way you do. It's my job to try and paint the picture as best as I can so that your own imagination can fill in the blanks. But somebody might be looking at the menu. Somebody has to piss. Somebody got an itch somewhere on their foot. You know what I mean? Like some people are like, oh my God, this is the funniest thing I ever heard. And this should change my life.
Oh man. You know, what's always funny in the comedy rooms is when the check drops.
You know what, man? Honestly, do you know what that is, Otto? What he's talking about? Because
no, I don't.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So you know, sometimes Anthony, he gets real inside baseball. So I know this show has like a sports type of vibe. Yeah. But Anthony, you can't just be dropping vocab without giving people the cheat sheet.
Yeah.
So
I knew you were a Houston Astros person, so I know you'd pick up the sign.
Hey, by any means, baby, champs. So, fuck. What was I saying? Damn. See, the medicine, the herbal refreshments. That's the downside. Sometimes the side effects. You got side effects too.
Anthony said about dropping a check.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, sorry, bro. So basically, there is a point in time during the headliner set where all the wait staff is trying to close out their checks because we're wrapping up.
Oh. So
to many comedians, this has been preached as a really big obstacle. Like some people, it might have traumatized one comedian, and then he told 20 comedians, "Yo, the scariest thing, bro, is that check drop, bro. Is that check drop? They don't pay attention. They lose. They get distracted." And not necessarily, man. You really, I say, just focus on the stories you're telling, the jokes and the vibe, and keep listening in the moment, and all your, all these little techniques and stuff. And don't worry about that too much.
So, I got a question for you, Chingo. Is it easier for you to write a joke or a song?
Ooh.
I say song is easier, only because mainly when you're making a song, you want to make it jamming. Obviously, it has to rhyme. It has to have some kind of structure or format to it, for the most part. And you can complete a song. There's like, I'm going to start at this time. We're going to work on the beat, what have you, right? Let's do the hook. And you're done. It doesn't mean the song is going to be a hit. It's just you made a song.
Yeah.
You feel me? So making a joke, I think, is a little bit harder depending on your writing style. It's like, is it a fleshed out? I just have to say the joke is harder because it still has to work. It has to have a desired effect. Like that, people are going to have to laugh. With a song, you could be like, "Oh, I played it for you. All right, yeah, it's cool." But with you go up on stage, that joke has to have that desired effect.
And if you don't hit it, then yeah.
Like for example, when people say, "Dude, stand-up must be hard. What do you do when they don't laugh?" And it's like, no. You don't go up there with stuff that's not gonna make them laugh. Like it's like saying, "Oh my God, you want to box? What happens if they punch you in the face?" It's like, no, I'm gonna have my hands up and I'm gonna apply everything I learned so I don't get punched in the face.
That is a good question, and I'm sure both of you guys can answer this one. What do you do if you're just in a room and you can't get them? Like What do you do? I know as a DJ, it's happened to me before. It happens.
Man, I know it's happened to me a lot. I'm gonna get through this time. I gotta finish and get my words out. I think early on it kind of rattles you a little bit, but after you take the first couple ones, you gotta get there to get a job. Because like Chingo said, I guess when you're working out a joke, you gotta work it in front of different rooms and accept that sometimes it's not gonna hit for some people. But Chingo's always just told me, at the end of the day, you just gotta be funny, and that's easier said than done. And I think if you could kind of, okay, this didn't hit with this person, have faith in the next thing coming, that you can get them back too. So I kind of got to stick to your route and stick what you showed up there for, and hope it gets through. And if not, just stay in the green room after. Ain't nobody want to talk to you.
So let me add some context to bombing. So I think one of the biggest factors in having a hard time with a room is certain variables like let's just say you're outdoors, it's in the daytime, the sound sucks, no one announced you properly, people are there for funnel cakes, not jokes, you know what I mean? Like, you already know, bro, you're going on an uphill battle. That's an uphill battle, and I'm sure DJs can relate, or, a lot of different fields of work. So that's like the main thing. But all things being equal, I feel like your introduction, like you gotta kind of, even if you're improvising, even if you're going off the cuff, and you got to kind of win them over early. So, I said, man, don't go up there with no weak stuff, bro.
Yeah, man. I think you kind of learn how to. You go from bombing to like learning how to parachute and accept it if it's not went well. Like the worst bomb I had in a long time. Before we start getting into this, we're kind of coming down to the end, and I want to send some shout outs to people too. A lot of people checking in. Jesse Ramirez said, Chingo, when you come back to Lubbock, Texas. We also have Roxanne Garcia said, Joey's a big fan of Chingo Bling. Can you give him a shout out?
What's up, Joey? What it do? It's your boy Chingo Bling with the big tamarindo.
Oh, you even got a sauce there for you, Joey. And if you're in the 210 or around the San Antonio area this weekend, you can catch Homie Chingo at the LOL San Antonio, lolsanantonio.com. More information on that. And please, while we're doing roll call, if you got a question, you want to drop anything on that, please do so. All of that is welcome as well too. And what we were talking a little bit about bombing, right? And parachute.
Well, I got one more question for Chingo. So Chingo, I know obviously you had a very successful music career. You're having a very successful comedy career. Now you're bringing them back together. What's it like? I want to know when are we going to see arena Chingo, arena style Chingo? When is that coming? I feel like that's coming because I feel now that you're finally bringing your worlds together, it's gonna help make even bigger.
Yeah, well, first we got to do theater Chingo.
Theater Chingo. Well, I mean, you're a theater Chingo now.
In some markets, I'm sure I could, but really, man, I'm not really too worried about that. Obviously, we want to have systems in place to where we can arrive at that point. That really would be dope. So thank you, Otto, for believing in me. Anthony ain't told me nothing nice like that ever.
Well, obviously, I've known you for probably 15 years now, and I've seen the whole evolution of Pete Chingo and now comedian Chingo Bling, and I'm proud of you, man. I really am.
Thank you, man. From your mouth to God's ears, I appreciate the whole DC team for always having my back. But yeah, man, that's what we're working towards. So I'm just gonna, stay focused on my systems and what it is I need to continue to do, and just keep the head down, keep grinding, and that's really how it's done, really.
Yes. You know what I could suggest for you, and I've always thought you be something you do very well in, is like a variety show, just because you have so many different talents that you can utilize. Something to think about.
Yeah, dude. Nothing is off the table. I even consider doing like a one-man show where it's not really stand-up, it's not really monologue, but you know what I'm saying? Like I know like Mike Tyson had one. Because I was talking to Andrew Schultz, a comedian, just about a bunch of stuff, and he heard I mentioned my prep school thing. Well, I went to prep school 4 years in high school in New Jersey, and he was just like, whoa. He kept going back to that. He's like, man, okay, rewind. He's like, so you're from Houston? Yeah. Okay, you Mexican from Houston? And he was just like, all right, man, that's going to be one of the next phases of your career. Like, you got to do a one-man show. He's like, just talk about everything before the rap shit.
Yeah, dog. I mean, Automatic's fortunate enough to know you more on the music side of things, but just watching, the comic side grow too, man. I think it's a marathon in the comedy game. I think you're barely on the cusp of what you're about to achieve, so I'm super excited. And a lot of y'all can be like downtown Hessa and go see Chingo Bling tonight at the LOL in San Antonio, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be around. He's always around here in the Dana Cortez Show. Always welcome here. Last fan question we have, Chingo Bling. Somebody's asking me specifically, lyrically, what rapper kind of inspired you, bro?
Oh man, so many. I'm a big fan of like Slick Rick's persona and storytelling. Obviously I lived on the East Coast for 4 years, so I was big, on like Wu-Tang, like how colorful Ghostface Killers, like how the wordplay and how they would put albums together, how Wu-Tang would put albums together. They had skits and they just painted this picture of like dudes hanging out in the basement watching Kung Fu. Like Outkast, Andre 3000 is sick. Pimp C is the GOAT. Just he made sure to put social commentary. He put a lot of attitude, his character, his persona, swag and everything. But definitely like colorful, kind of outside the box type of, when Andre 3000 was rocking wigs and shoulder pads and random suspenders and puck, like these
and the tiger pants.
Unicorn. What kind of pants?
The tiger pants. Remember the tiger pants?
Well, remember when he wore them little centaur, monitor, like fuzzy, it was like treasure trove legs.
Okay. All right, I get the shirt now. I get where everything's going. I get it now. I get your shirt, the whole thing. It makes sense.
Yeah, everything. You know what I'm saying?
All right, brother, man. Who's with you in San Antonio this weekend?
We have Israel Garcia. He's very funny. He reminds me of like a little Jim Carrey. He's very
one-man comic. That's that. He's funny, dog.
Dude, he popped his elbow out of socket just trying to give these people a good Thursday night show, bro. He's very physical. And then we have Javi Luna, heavy hitter out of Corpus Christi, Texas. So,
man, Javi, shout out to the homies. What's up, man?
So one of the waitresses, she's like, hey, when you first started coming to this club, I was like, damn, he really rose with seasoned comics that are stronger than him comedically. I was like, okay, thank you. And she's like, but now you're keeping up. You're not the weakest link. And she walks out. I was like, hey, I'm back here.
Oh man! All right, y'all could go see the homie, not the weakest link. Never been the weakest link in my life. Never that. All right, Chingo Bling, the one, the only, the Tamale Kingpin in the 210 this weekend. Tickets at lolsanantonio.com. Energy 94.1. Appreciate everybody rocking with the Dana Cortez Show in the DCS universe. Miho, behind the scenes. We love you, brother. Thank you for everything. Yeah. You have a beautiful weekend. This will be on the podcast, episode 60 on all streaming platforms. We out of here, guys.
Have a great show, man.